What's going on, guys? Jay is Paro here, and welcome back to another video. And today, I wanted to go back over the official review trailer for Warframe's Veilbreaker update. We saw this during TennoCon. I did do a live reaction to TennoCon, so I will link that down in the description if you are interested. But I wanted to do more of a breakdown video today, looking back through this now that TennoCon is over, and we've all had time to digest. TennoCon was a live event as such. The video kind of just came and it went, and we didn't really have a time to look back at it. So now I want to watch it over again and look more deeply into it and kind of just discuss what we find in the video. So that being said, let's go ahead and get this started. Opening up with Narmer, which is a fantastic song for Narmer. Absolutely amazing, as always. DE and the sound team. But we see Call here ripping off his mask. Presumably after the events of the New War. Call 175 being the character we played during the New War, and I absolutely loved his gameplay. I talked multiple times about how I would love for him to return and DE to actually use these characters in gameplay throughout Warframe to help break up the monotony, which is pretty badass. We also have the return of the bosses. Now, DE actually mentioned this during at some point that they would be bringing these back. At some point, and making them tougher, harder to beat with new rewards, and we get to play as Warframes as well. And as you can see, we also have new cosmetics for the characters that we played in the New War, and some new characters maybe along the way, which is pretty badass. Call 175 definitely having some new abilities as well. And then this right here was the highlight for me personally. Just this blew my mind. Era is back, and he's now an Archon, which is... I knew they were gonna do something more with his character, because to be completely honest, Era was kind of a big disappointment for me during the New War. I thought he would have a much bigger role. Apparently he did, but they had to cut it for time. So hopefully now that the New War's over and we're getting this, he'll finally have that time to shine like we all know he could, or he should have. But that being said, let's go back through this real quick and discuss. So again, like I said, we have Call 175 ripping off his mask and doing that here. And then, presumably after the events of the New War, and we get to play him. We also have the bosses returning, which is Naira the Snake. What's the wolf's name again? Amar the wolf. And then we had Boreal the owl as well. And apparently they're all going to be a lot harder. So they're going to tune them up for Warframes to fight in co-op battle, which is going to be interesting to see how they do that. And I definitely think it could spice up some gameplay, adding these harder boss fights into the game. But we'll see what they have to do with that. But I think they could be really fun. And we'll see what kind of new rewards they have. We'll also have this. Now this is very interesting. It definitely seems like we're going to be getting cosmetics for Call 175. Which is really interesting. As you can see, it's still his face. So the fact that they're doing this thing now where they're adding cosmetics for these playable characters makes me think that the whole Call 175, bringing these characters back to be playing as, isn't just going to be a one-off deal. I'm really hoping that there are actually now dedicated missions where we play as these characters instead of just a one-off thing. And having these cosmetics make me think that's probably going to be the case, because it would kind of be silly to let you change how Call looks if you only play him for like a single mission and then it's done. It just doesn't seem right to me. I don't know how they're going to add it in the end, but it just seems silly to add all these cosmetics for no reason. But it looks pretty cool, looking pretty badass. And this also shows that we're going to definitely have newer gameplay. This is the tile set from the beginning mission with the Drifter, where we're saving the Ostron people, I can tell, and we're fighting a thumper, a tusk thumper, and so that's going to be interesting to do. Again, really making me hope that we're getting new types of missions here to spice up the gameplay for Warframe, which does get a bit repetitive after a while, obviously. And again, yeah, Archon Era. Let me go back here. Yeah, this just man, that looks so much more badass than his previous look. I'm sorry, but I preferred this to the original Era, but that's badass. But you could definitely see the crystal here ingrained into his skull with this sort of goat helm slash thing going on here. So it's definitely, he's probably definitely an Archon. Whether or not he was brought back from the dead or not is still yet to be questioned. Maybe he decided that the only way he could try to stop us maybe was to gain the power of the Archon. I don't know, or maybe he was so badly wounded he used the power of the Archons to revive himself. I don't know. But time will tell in the end what happens with that. But yeah, that's Veilbreaker, and I can tell you with absolute certainty, I am actually really excited for this update. It looks really cool, and it looks like there's going to be all sorts of oodles of content. Apparently, this is the content they were cutting from the new war. Like, they had so much more planned with the new war, and they just didn't have the time to make it. So this is now them kind of doing that content, and so hopefully it's a lot more extensive than just a small title update. Fingers crossed. But that being said, though, yeah, Veilbreaker looks absolutely badass, looks awesome, and I can't wait to play it. So that pretty much seems to be it for this breakdown. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below if you're excited for Veilbreaker, if I missed anything, or what your thoughts are for this update, or what your hopes are for this update. But that being said, I'm going to leave it here. So if you like the video, make sure you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.